Duke Grant Sports Magazine presents the 2012 UCYFL Blue Division Playoff. Today's matchup pits the 8U Edgewood Steelers Gold versus the 8U Fallston Cougars Blue. This is a game that was strange because all of the scoring was done in the first couple of minutes. The Fallston Cougars came out and scored first. And when it came down to it, the most important play of the day was the extra point, as you see here. The Cougars not able to get it over the goal line. Watch this in super slow motion as the penetration of the Steelers was able to stop any momentum. And therefore, at a critical time in the game, when nobody understood it at the time, this game was decided right then and there. The Steelers got the ball back and did what they usually do. They marched right down the field, led by number 63, as they got some good yardage. But Fallston was tough and stiffened. And number 39 here, you see, is bottled up as well, as this was the defensive struggle all game. But then, number 63 gets some room, and he goes in for the touchdown. As you watch this again on reverse angle slow motion, you'll see that number 63 looks at the field. He is the quarterback, so he may have wanted to think about passing the ball. But once he saw an opening, he dashed to it and went in, untouched for the touchdown. And then the extra point, all important. Number 39 gets a seam and he goes in for this extra point. Beautiful play by the Steelers. This again was the critical play of the game because this would end the scoring for the day. Here you see up front how the Steelers all charged in, doing their job, making the seam so number 39 can do what he does, and that's barrel in for the score. Great play, physical play by both teams, but the Steelers were able to do what champions do, make the critical play when it counts. That's what separates a very good team from a great one. And the score, Steelers 7, Fallston 6. And from here on, this was just a game of attrition. Two teams battling, trying to make something happen. The Cougars, the way they were able to move the ball at first was just an anomaly. The hitting was fierce, and the game was tight. And the game was turned over to the defense. No matter what the other team tried to do, neither team could gain an advantage. It was just hitting. As you saw the perspiration popping as the players dug down deep and understood that this was for a chance to play for a championship. Both teams had worked very hard. They had practiced late nights. They had looked at schemes. The coaches had worked hours trying to get the right scheme, the right idea of what they should be doing. This was a game of attrition. Again, coaches, players, all of the sacrifices of the parents, all of it comes down to this. Playoff football. Are we good enough? Are we great enough to be called champions in the UCYFL? And right before halftime, the Steelers started to make a move, and they were right at the goal line, trying to take that advantage, trying to get that last touchdown. But the Cougars stood tough. And on the goal line, they had a stance that stopped the Steelers and took the game into halftime with just a 1-point lead. This was another critical point in this game where the Cougars showed heart and determination in stopping this very powerful Steeler team. But as the game went on, more of the same. You hit me, I hit you. You run for a couple yards, I hit you. I run for a couple yards, you hit me. Neither team able to stretch the other, able to get anything going. This was just one of those games that was very entertaining, but for the fans and parents, it was a nail biter. Because the shame of it all was that even though this was such a great game, one team is going to advance to a championship, and the other team, well, they're going to have to go home. Here you see number 23. He's trying to make some move, but he's stopped by number 57. Just tough game. Tough run. Fallston tried to make a move as they were looking for what would have been one of the great upsets of the 2012 season. But the Steelers are champions. And the black and gold, well, they're going to defend their house. These are two great programs. Rich in tradition, great in fan base. If you go to a Steeler game, you're going to see nothing but green, nothing but black and gold. And the same as you see that orange and blue from the Fallston Cougars. Their fan base is just as serious as you would see in some pro teams. It is wonderful to watch when you see two programs go at it and two teams with everything on the line, giving everything they have. But at the end, the Fallston Cougars just could not penetrate that defense. And they had to turn the ball back over to the Steelers, who just went in and ran out the clock. What a beautiful day for football. And what a proud moment in the history of the UCYFL. Steelers win 7-6. Thanks for watching. And remember, if you can't attend the game, you can always watch it with the Duke. Duke Grant, Sports Magazine, home of the very baddest young dudes in sports.
It's all about AU. They just won the championship. Well, not the championship. They're going into the championship. Edgewood, Joppatown Steelers. Edgewood Steelers, I'm sorry. That's what we do here, baby. Number